Well, hello again, and good morning, YouTube. It's Speedy Two Finger here, and I am doing a snack time. This is Russel Stover brand peanut butter cups that are made sugar free, and they're really good. They're not overpoweringly. They don't taste like Uncle Artie, Uncle Artificial, Uncle Artie brand. Um, it has a real creamy or like melty chocolate. They're thin, but it's just enough. It's like if they would have made it thicker, it would have. This is like a perfect confection made with stevia. Now, I'm having coffee here. This is not an ideal breakfast. Um, I will more than likely have a bowl of Life cereal, which is funny because that stuff, it's there is so much sugar in that cereal. I was really surprised about this. This candy showed up in our house around Halloween, or uh, February 14th. My wife got it from work. We got two of them. She gave one to me. The other one's been sitting on the counter, and finally this morning I announced, I'm eating this. She said, fine. And I gotta tell you, this is a modern product where man, it is really good. I think the mouthfeel on this is so different than a Reese's. It's the best mouthfeel or consistency in a chocolate candy that I've ever experienced. And this is an example where the fine folks at Russell Stover have taken a classic and redefined it into something a little bit more appropriate, perhaps. There's a best before date.
I think it's October.
It looks like WO730. Either way, this is an example where they changed it changes. But it's good. Like, it's
What's the sweetener in that?
stevia. Chocolate candy, which is maltitol, cocoa butter, chocolate, sodium caseinate, or milk. The next ingredient, milk fat, soy lecithin, which is emulsifier, vanilla, salt, Rebiana, which is the stevia extract, peanut butter, dry roasted peanuts, hydrogen, cottonseed, grapeseed oil. It says rapeseed oil. Is that a real thing that I don't know of?
I don't know.
Or is that a typo? Soy oil, maltitol, hydrogenated vegetable oil, palm kernel soybean, and salt. May contain tree nuts, eggs, and wheat. So, two pieces, 34 grams, calories 150. What do you say about that, Gunty?
I don't know. I really don't look at, I never look at calories on,
Candy.
candy, right.
Yeah.
But the,
And
but the sugar.
I hate to come on here and eat candy like the whole time when I met my wife, I met her family, going to their parties, they always had cakes and stuff at the end of the night with coffee that's, traditional. I never had candy. I never
We
had
didn't have
candy.
candy. We had cake and coffee. We didn't have candy.
Right, her family didn't have candy. And
And that's only for.
both of my brothers do have candy. They both, if you go to their house, there's bowls of candy out. And one of the things that they brought up at Thanksgiving about my sister-in-law was that she just showers. She'll find out what candy you like, and she will shower you with this candy. Now, I always felt weird about it. I always felt like if you've got it on the table, is it a treat? You know what I mean? And believe me, am I addictive about candy?
I'd say no, because you can get a peanut butter cup and you could last.
That's the thing. I'm really weird about candy. I also, having like, my mom wasn't fat. She was, I would say, big boned. My dad was fat. So my older brother has a Hollywood, like he's shorter, and you could bounce a quarter off of his physique. He doesn't have any fat. And my younger brother is big, like not like my dad, but he's been on diets, and I think he really loves Coca-Cola. And I know he was drinking Diet Coke for a while.
It was like Coke Zero maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And I just felt bad for him because it's like he's a good guy. He doesn't deserve to have to. Shouldn't he be able to just have one thing in his life that he can just enjoy, without having it becoming a thing? So this is an example where they changed it. It's modernized. It's made with a weird stevia. Normally I would avoid that. But as a treat, like this is like, okay, this is different than a Reese's. It is. But if somebody gave you this instead of the sugar Reese's, you wouldn't feel like you got screwed. You would be looking forward to eating your next one of these. That's how good this product is. And the reason I did this and came on the camera today is because a lot of times I'll come on here and I'll be flipping out about some product where they've changed it and they ruined it. And I'm talking in like conspiracy theory themes. It might be like racially tinged. And I try to not classify things like that, but if you understand marketing, marketing is racist. Okay, they're demographic and these products in the way that they're advertising and producing them in some cases. And when I see like the Billy D. Williams malt liquor ad, it just makes me sad. You know, it makes me sad. I saw a video the other day where they interviewed an young African American guy in his 20s. Maybe he was 30, and he was talking about when heroin first came to Harlem. He said, yeah, we were all using it, all the young people, but we were proud using it. He said, yeah, we all fell out and we all nodded, but at least we weren't cutting each other up, stabbing each other, shooting each other, hitting each other in the head with meat cleavers on Saturday night like all the previous generations did. So, in other words, there was a history of physical violence. And when you look into those statistics, without failure, when that stuff happens, alcohol is involved. It's always involved. So, I thought, God, man, what a sad thing to say. That heroin was good because it wasn't alcohol. That's heartbreaking. And then to see Billy D. Williams up there, like you traitor, like how dare you? How dare you? Come on, they're all, it's good, you know? And you're a role model to these little kids. Colt 45. Yeah. I don't know. Advertising, marketing, the system, the corporate thing is really, that's the great Satan. People want to talk about it, the Illuminati, and let's start with the forces that are seen before we move on to concerning ourselves about the unseen forces. Because we've been, as a society, we've just been tolerating changes. We just take it laying down when they come in and they ruin products, or just take them off the market like they did where I was complaining about the Musk deodorant and many other people of color and Hispanic people were purchasing as their deodorant of choice. They just yanked it off the market, and now they've raised the price on the deodorant exorbitantly, and they're turning it into this it's a fetish thing now. Now you've got to rub it all over your penis. Because I'm not putting pit rub goes up here, okay? If I have a stink issue down there, I'll go and take a shower is what I'll do. You know, that's how you handle that. Covering up a bacterial infection from uncleanliness with a chemical, that's not the answer. So, just my advice to you is speak with your dollar when if you do run into a product that it's something you've used and they change it and it's different, don't tolerate it. Email, let the company know, and then speak with your wallet. You know, and it's I mean it's it's getting it's getting bad. It's getting bad. I don't know how much more of this people are going to be able to tolerate these prices on everything. It needs to change. It really does need to change. And I'm not looking for a politician to come in and save the day. I'm certainly not looking to Donald Trump to help anything out. I think that's the worst possible thing. Is it the worst? I don't know. I'd have to really look at who's running and consider it. But the reason that that guy won, and I wish that the people on the left who got so upset and it came down to like they they were using they were saying he voted for like they were using this as a way to describe people as a put down of them. Like this guy for sure voted for T. I'll call him. That was a popular thing that you saw. With people saying that about other people, like, "Oh man, this guy that I work with, he for sure voted for him," and it was just it. It's just another way to divide us. So this election, it's like such a huge thing, and I almost want to think that if there ever was a time where a third, the Ross Perot or the who was the Bernie Field the Burn, any time where that was actually a possibility for that third party to win would be now. But unfortunately, when they talk about the vote being stolen, my my honest feeling on it is that it hasn't been. I don't think it's ever been a real election. I really don't. I really don't. And the sad part of it is how seriously people are, how quickly we forget that the people on the other side of the aisle politically are the same thing as us, and how quickly that can turn into hatred. That's what's really sad about it. So ultimately, we have to change, and this system is not working. And getting back to the heart of this issue, I firmly feel that it's the corporatization that has really let us down. That stuff has got to stop. But we, everything has changed so quickly. And we have people like Elon Musk and these people that so clearly are puppets to this system. Is what they really are. You have a guy selling a flamethrower, and I mean, I know people who were like really devoted Christians who were super intolerant because of idolatry. Like this one guy I know, he lost his marriage because he was overbearing on his wife about the music she listened to. And yeah, it was shitty music, but like she was a good girl and they had kids and their marriage was more important. He should have given her a break and don't be going into her car and checking the radio station and then preaching fire and brimstone because she was listening to the worst radio station in Chicago, B96. And this guy and his kid, like that family broke up and he lived in the attic of his dad's house. His dad was a German who barely spoke English, brilliant, like old school, like not raised in the Nazi time German guy. And him and his son, all they did was devoted their life to computing and video gaming. They just sit up there and play Minecraft or Command and Conquer, whatever strategy games, ordering pizza. And those guys, they worshipped Elon Musk. They worshipped him. And now it's turning out that, you know, that thing when he sent that car up to space, and then they were supposed to deliver that car. That car was supposed to be a commercial retail product that you could purchase. People had put money up on it, and they couldn't do it, so he just shot it into space. I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust that guy. And like, he's got this Grimes thing, and they got together and he had a kid, and she's doing this cryptic stuff on the internet. That people are looking at this tableau that she made as a map to the future, and they're like trying to decode it. Like, this is the faith that we as human beings, this is the faith that we have now. This is what it's boiled down to. This, you know, I mean, it's obviously a demonic thing. They're obviously both like so unbelievably full of shit. And then people, like, they will this stuff into reality by typing it into the internet constantly. So we all have our own bit of responsibility in forging our reality, and let's keep things positive. Let's support people who do the right thing, and speak with your dollar, like I said. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my morning coffee with me. I hope I didn't get too far out there into La La Land. It seems like that's all that it is anymore on YouTube. Is they call it doom scrolling, and it's just everyone is just on here trying to make the next date to prescribe to the end of the world video. You know what I mean? And that's, you have to be really leery about who you put your faith in. That's one thing that as human beings we do have a bit of divine spark. And that's your conscience, and it will tell you if you really pay attention to it. It will tell you what's right and what's wrong. But people are also really easily misled. You will know them by their fruit. Think about that. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you. Peace.